What's up? It's AJ. If you've been following along with us on our content, you can see that we got this utility trailer not too long ago, slowly been adding repairs to it. One of the first things we noticed was this coupler needed to go. This was a bigger job than we thought it was going to be, so we wanted to make sure we did it right. What we're going to be doing today is getting rid of this old coupler and replacing it with a new one. First off, some safety precautions. Make sure the trailer is on flat surface, chalk those wheels, get some eye protection. Whether you're using a grinder, just get some glasses to protect your eyes. If you're fully welding, you want to get a welding mask and full gear. You don't want to wear anything flammable or have anything flammable around where you are welding. That's going to cause a lot of problems. When it comes to your coupler, it can be attached to your trailer in two different ways. It can be bolted on there or welded on. If you have one that's bolted on, if you haven't left your trailer out in the elements too much, it's not rusted, you may be able to loosen those bolts and remove the coupler a little bit easier than you would if it's welded on. Of course, ours is welded on, so we had to take a grinding wheel and cut at those welds to slowly loosen it from the trailer. We did get it removed. It wasn't easy, but you can definitely see where we needed the grinding wheel to cut those sections and those welds to get it off of the trailer. The new coupler we're going to add is going to be the Demco Easy Latch. It's a favorite around each trailer because of how easy it is to use. So let's set it in place and show you. Clearly it's not going to be welded on just yet, but it still sits here at the end. And what makes this easier is how the latch works. So flipping it up, now we're ready to back it up to our vehicle, lower it down on the ball. Something we didn't like about the old one is the latch just didn't work right. It never really latched into place well, and sometimes it wouldn't unlatch, so we knew we had to replace it. This is going to make it far easier because you can just lower it down onto the ball and it latches into place on its own. So that's a pretty cool feature. Along with that, you can even still add a lock here in this hole. That way, when it's down in there, it's locked up and nobody can mess with it. To further prep the trailer before we weld, we want to make sure that we grind down more of the paint to expose that raw metal, because that's what we're going to need to attach the coupler to the trailer when we go to weld it. Something else you want to do is set the coupler in place and make sure you measure from the end to the sides to make sure it's even before you permanently attach it. Now, welding isn't something easy that everyone can do. I'm sure a lot of people out there have welders, they can do it in their driveway, but we had to get some help with this, so it was an interesting process to watch as they welded the coupler to the trailer on those exposed spots on both sides here and even underneath to keep it in place. Now, that is going to bubble up and ruin some of your paint, so you're going to have to repaint it after that, but that's not a big deal.
Once the welding was done, we went back and smoothed out some of the rough welds to give it a nice clean look, since we are replacing the coupler and wanted to look brand new, so we're gonna go back and make sure it looks great.
Something we didn't anticipate was the coupler being longer than the old one, so we did have to cut some things off the side of the trailer. So there was a lip here at the bottom that had to go, the safety chain loops had to go, and even the jack had to go. This is where it was sitting, so we had to cut off that section it was attached to. We'll have to get a different jack that attaches somewhere else, and we'll have to get new attachment points for our safety chains. Now with everything set up, we're going to go ahead and test it out. So what I'm going to do is lower the coupler onto the ball mount on my vehicle to make sure that everything holds up, make sure the welds are strong. If you have it in your driveway, set up your safety chains, go for a little ride, make sure everything holds up just fine. We are just going to test it out right here today. So I'm going to lower the coupler down onto the ball mount that's attached to the vehicle. It looks good. With the coupler attached and we know it works, we can finally get rid of the old one. Now that that's gone, we can get back to using our trailer. This was a big project to get this coupler welded on, but it went pretty well. We learned a lot from it. Want to know, have you ever replaced a coupler on your trailer? You have one that's hanging on that you have to replace? What are your stories? Let us know. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos of ours, we got plenty of content. Each trailer is all about helping our neighbors with whatever problems they have. If it's making install videos to show them how to put a hitch on their vehicle, or answering questions for them from the experts, or even when you call in and ask us questions, we're here to help with your adventure.